to get people's butts into seats. They're not pulling anything on the back end to cover the cost that is the loss.
I don't know if they've gotten into this
by
yet.
giving people.
Are they talking about the Washington Commanders right now?
Sadly, no. This is
I don't get.
I'm
curious. I'm curious as to what they can possibly announce to cover that.
There is, if you remember, we talked about this before. They are doing a thing where
going on hour number
you
5.
earn credits towards watching movies
I
by
miss these
watching
guys so
like
much.
advertisements.
I'm so glad
they had that
doing
thing
this.
like on your phone, like they're using the front-facing camera to see that you are watching the ads that they're playing on your phone. So they are watching you watch them type of thing. So
there's one
source of revenue
I think
in
that's
their
pretty
favor
wise.
that they're
If somebody
showing
tunes
you
into
ads
this,
that
you
you
should probably
can't
just go
skip
check
it.
out the Cinefanatics.
You have to watch, and then therefore you get credits based off of that. So they're getting paid by the advertisers, and then a portion of that money is what's going towards purchasing the movie tickets. Sure, but I mean, I feel like that's something that's already in existence. There are places online that you can go and watch ads. You can go and take surveys, and you get paid for those ads and those surveys. You get paid a tiny amount because, of course, the ones hosting those ads and those surveys are the ones who are going to take the most amount of money. But if you do enough of them, you could potentially make a little bit of change on there. So
it's going to have to dedicate a lot of time in order to.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday night. It's What the Show. We are done hosting the Addams Brothers, I think, for a little while, which kind of makes me sad. I love those guys. But we do have something back, and that's a weekly guest. But before we get to that, my name is AJ Lancaster. I'm one of the hosts of this fine program, and I'm joined by another host, that is Mr. Mike Deacon. How are you doing, Mike?
Doing fantastic. How about you?
Doing well. And we have Justin the Juice Oliver in fresh from work.
Coming straight from work. But I recently received something in the mail that's extremely appropriate. I don't know if people that I'm Facebook friends with saw my big post about, my controversial post about chapstick, but I was delivered from a relative Moose Force chapstick. That is apparently one of my cousin's wife's company that is no longer in business. But they had a bunch of the chapsticks laying around, and they sent me it.
It was not one of my better ventures. I will say that.
Moose Force, like, is that like a moose with a lightsaber? Like, are there midichlorians? Like, what's going on here?
So originally that was the idea, but then I couldn't figure out the midichlorians, and so when I ordered lightsabers, what I got was chapstick, and then
still a quality product, just not. Just
didn't quite sell as much as Moose Force lightsabers was supposed to, but I mean, shit. When eventually we can figure out what midichlorians are, who knows? Maybe I'll turn a profit then.
It's microscopic bacteria in your bloodstream.
Like if you had the lightsaber out and like your lips are chapped, you just go.
Yeah, there was also a lot paid in medical bills during the beta testing process of Moose Force lightsabers. So, yeah, just be happy that there's still a few left.
How are you doing tonight?
Good. Great to see you guys again. Thank you so much for having me on. It's always a good time to hang out with you guys.
Absolutely. So for anybody tuning in who's new to the program, so we talk movies, we have drinks, we have fun. But one of the things, when you see our Streamlabs link, streamlabs.com/whattheshow/tip, any of those donations go straight to charity. And if you're watching this live, as a reminder, for the rest of the month, any like on any stream while we're live, I'm donating $1 myself for those likes. So this month's charity is the Improveneer Method. The Improveneer Method works with people with Down syndrome, teaching them improv comedy as a way to socialize and enhance their lives. Something that's really awesome, something recommended to us from Alice and Sal Money. We love this cause and we love to support it. So if you want to throw support, know that any dollar of support does not go to enhance the quality of this program. Now,
quality?
No, that's going to help people for whatever cause that we choose to select for the month. But yeah, guys, it's the Improveneer Method that we're supporting, and we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Do we have topics?
I thought of a few things that we haven't brought up yet. That the past couple of weeks we didn't have a traditional stream last week, and we've had the Cinema Fanatics doing all sorts of stuff. We've kind of missed a lot of like pop culture lately. One of the things we have not brought up at all on this is the return of Beavis and Butthead. Like we have not mentioned that at all. Have any of you seen the new episodes? There is, all right, so I won't spoil any. I've watched them. Maddie Gunner, friend of the show, and I are really big into it. There is an episode with the two of them attempting to throw a glass bowl off a roof. I woke my wife up. I was laughing so hard when I watched that.
So I got Paramount Plus for the offer to watch that, and then I deleted it before the trial was over.
Right.
Just to do the thing. I gotta check it out. I love Beavis and Butthead, but you're always.
Well, what's really fantastic about Paramount Plus? First up, I have a friend of mine who I might be sharing a password, but they have all of the old Nickelodeon shows. Like Nick Arcade is on there, Guts is on there, Legends of the Hidden Temple's on there, like all those old classic ones. And the best part about watching some of those shows, my wife had never seen Nick Arcade at all. And they have the most awkward interviews with the kids when they bring them on stage. It's like, so what do you do? Oh, I'm in band. What instrument do you play? Like they give all these one-word answers, and the poor host, who is Phil Moore, who's Schmoedown competitor David Moore's father, actually hosted Nick Arcade. And yeah, that's a fun fact. He's doing everything he can to get these kids to say stuff, and they're all just giving like one-word answers and just like all like shy about it and stuff.
So there was something about Phil Moore. I think it was that he was the first primetime host, black host of a game show.
That sounds right, actually.
It was something of that manner. But he did break a color barrier of sorts.
Yeah, he definitely did.
I believe that was it, but if I'm wrong, somebody please correct me in the chat or in the comments. But yeah,
so there's also a speaking of Nickelodeon, I believe it's on Hulu. There's like a documentary about like the history of Nickelodeon, and it goes through like all of their important shows, and they show you, if you remember Nick Arcade, how they go into the arcade. They show you like the behind the scenes footage of them in the arcade, and it's so bad. It's literally them like in front of a green screen that has like a couple of ramps, and the kids have to look at a video, like a TV on the side of the sound stage to see what they're doing. It's hilariously bad.
Nick Arcade impression.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's so good.
So good. We haven't talked movies in a while, actually. Like, I know you've seen a bunch, AJ.
Yes. So has anybody here seen Bodies?
I had it on my top 10 for the box office.
I was just about to say that. Juice predicted that the top 10 for the box office for the summer and spectacularly failed.
At least he didn't put Marcel the Shell on. But, Moose, how about you?
I haven't seen Bodies. I've heard, like, great things, and then I've heard, like, disturbing things about it. So I'm curious. It piques my interest, that's for sure.
The thing about Bodies, it's not a great movie. It's not a bad movie. This movie is a perfect 5 out of 10. It is.
It exists.
I would rank it as one of the films that came out this year.
It's a high ranking.
Yes.
Real high ranking.
I have not seen a movie so extraordinarily average since Men in Black International.
Wow.
Yes.
That's high praise.
Yeah, it is the most 5 out of 10 movie. I didn't leave disappointed. I didn't leave happy. I left thinking, oh, and that's bodies. It's fine. Do not give any spoilers. It's like if you tried to make Tucker and Dale versus Evil more grounded.
Oh,
that doesn't sound fun.
No.
Yeah.
Why would you want to do that?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is like if you took Tucker and Dale from its, like, I don't numerically score movies, but from its echelon to a perfect 5 out of 10.
Perfect 5 out of 10. Put it on a shirt.
Bodies.
Speaking of that, I actually, most of the movies I've seen recently have had the trailer for Smile on it. And that is a creepy trailer in the best way. Like whoever cut that the editor of that trailer deserves a raise, because that's in a movie that normally would not have caught my attention, but I think it's going to make a boatload of money when it comes out next month.
See, okay, has anybody else here seen the trailers for Smile?
Yes. Can't say I have.
It's a wild trailer. It's a really wild trailer.
The original teaser was just a lady walking into like a hospital room, and a dude had a huge smile, and
it just held on him.
Just held on him, and then showed the thing, and I was like, okay, I'm down for this. The full trailer, I disagree with you.
Really? No, yeah, I think the full trailer has some shots in it that I'm like, what? Like every time I've been to a horror movie and seen that, like the whole audience reacts to it, and that does not happen to every trailer.
Yeah, it's. I don't.
She starts to experience what it looks like horrifying experiences at the dentist.
Yeah,
it's already terrifying.
Well, that right there, that's the most terrifying movie you get. Like a psychopathic dentist. That just, you're talking Texas Chainsaw level there.
People should make a movie about the secret lives of dentists.
Oh God!
Good God. Google something.
give me more Steve Martin from Little Shop of Horrors dentist. Just do a documentary on that guy.
Ooh.
I actually found something really fascinating right before we went on the air. I was watching. We've been watching Hard Knocks on HBO, and it showed up in our YouTube recommendations. The behind the scenes of Hard Knocks. Like Hard Knocks is already the behind the scenes show to begin with, so we're getting the behind the scenes of the behind the scenes show.
It makes as much sense as us reacting to the cinematics.
It was pretty interesting. It was more so like about the production side of it. So I guess that was kind of neat to see. But I was like, wait a minute, this is behind the scenes of the show that's showing you what happened behind the scenes of Smile.
We should do, in honor of the Schmodown, we should do a reaction to one of Ben and Drew's reaction to one of their old matches. Just do a reaction.
Or we could just react to Whitnabin versus Swift again.
Yeah, or just do that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've actually seen, like, I don't think I've ever sat down and just watched the full match from start to finish. So that would be a first for me.
It's not good.
It's shocking how little knowledge of Planet of the Apes exists in that match, but some of it is just like, spell the word ape. And it's like, multiple choice, please.
To be fair, I know about as much about Planet of the Apes as Whitnabin did in that match.
I think I might have seen the original Planet of the Apes, just the first one. I don't think I've seen any of those sequels. And then I saw the Tim Burton one once and tried to erase that from my brain.
Yeah. Didn't we all?
But the new ones were good. They were good. They were.
The new ones were solid movies. That's a great trilogy right there. Yeah, absolutely, it is.
That's one that needs
the first one is
be upheld.
The first one of the Matt Reeves trilogy is, to me, the best Apes movie, and I haven't seen any of the others.
Again, you're not missing much.
Do we know? I may have talked about this before. Do we know why the Yor and Jacobs match is not on YouTube?
At least publicly, Patreon paywall. Any of the full virtual?
They pulled the whole season at one point, and he put some of them back up. That's right.
Okay, so some are in that virtual.
Yeah. They're shuffling around. I mean, I'm not going to say too much, but obviously this weekend was kind of the end of the Schmodown. But I know that they're shuffling some things around on different channels, but the content will be available, I think, starting from like season 1 on. So they're working on it. So I think things will be back. Yeah.
Because I've had to show people, because people wanted to see my scenes. I've had to show them a certain point of view's reaction to the match in order for them to see my scenes in it or whatever. So
you're the best part of the promo, and then certainly the best part of the ending of this episode. So. When you're like on a hillside with the Nerf gun.
The Nerf
Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're like, I'm hunting moose.
That was so much fun. That was my goodness, that was incredibly fun to shoot that stuff.
You definitely had some of the best, at least of the pandemic era.
Some
of the best pre and post match scenes, Juice.
For sure.
It was.
Why do you work here? Could you even tell me what you do here?
The best is me like being so nervous at Spectacular about like, all right, well, I didn't like, I'm not like VIP or whatever, but like I'm supposed to help Tom, or like I'm volunteering to help Tom with like run some of the booth, but like I don't know when to show up. I don't know when to get my ticket, and PLD is leaving for it early in the morning. I'm just like, I'm just going to catch a ride with you and show up, walking around with the guitar and the American pants. And I hear one of those Skybound people like, the talent's already showing up.
You're like, yes. And
all
day.
So funny. Yeah, like, well, we're
real quick, guys, we do have a $5 Streamlabs donation from John Lestrina saying, they say to live in the hearts of those we live behind is not to die, but he put you in this grave, so now I'll do the same to him. Dominic Toretto. That's a reminder that in 6 weeks, I'll be playing John Lestrina in a Fast and the Furious trivia match. And can I tell you what movie that's from?
Please.
Nope. No idea.
Mighty Ducks 3.
It sounds.
Is it from the theme park ride?
Sounds like Fast Food. I don't know. I haven't seen all the movies yet.
Not to turn off some of your
I was supposed to get 60
viewership,
days.
but thank God I never spun the Fast and the Furious wheel slice, because I've not actually seen all of the movies.
So Moose, literally, I'm only up to 5. I watched the first one for the first time earlier this year.
Nice.
I saw Hobbs and Shaw in theaters because we have AMC A-list and pretty much we try to see everything. But it was probably in like January or February of this year was the first time I watched any of them.
So I have seen the first and second. The first and second I saw in theaters. And then I've seen Hobbs and Shaw.
Yep.
And I YouTubed the one that was Paul Walker's last.
Mm-hmm.
So I YouTubed like the last scene of that movie. So at least know what happens there.
To bring this back full circle with Hobbs and Shaw, that's our local Kohler boy, David Leach, directing that, and he also directed Bullet Train, and I meant to go see that in theaters to support him. I think it's still in theaters. It's gotta be.
It's still in theaters right now. Yeah,
I have that as my number 6 in the box office prediction.
It could hit the top.
just to
It might
support
not.
our local boy.
Yeah, we did a box office prediction stream back right before Doctor Strange came out, and I think I right now have 9 of the 10 movies correct, but not a single spot right. So
I am kicking my ass because I put Thor Love and Thunder at number 1. No, I put Multiverse of Madness at number 1. Multiverse of Madness number 1. I wanted to put Top Gun Maverick, but I was like, I have to try and play this smart. I think it's going to be over $1 billion gross, but I don't think it's going to be bigger than the other two. Motherfuckers.
Now combined, the two of them combined.
Yeah. I think the Marvel, what do you call it? Fatigue or whatever?
A little bit.
Is definitely coming. Like, I haven't seen a Marvel movie in theaters for a while.
They're only making $900 million globally every movie.
Right.
It's a lot, but it's no longer the...
So front-loaded now because of the 45-day to Disney Plus thing that, if they don't make their money in their first 2 to 3 weeks, they die quick now.
Yeah. So Moose, Hobbs and Shaw and Mission Impossible 2, which is better, the original or the remake?
Okay, so Mission Impossible, funny you bring that up. My wife and I actually just started going through all of them. So we just watched Rogue Nation last night.
Nice.
So I have recently seen Mission Impossible 2, and I don't know if I could rewatch it again. There's just so much slow motion, weird operatic music.
Really weird.
So much John
Give me the Hobbs and Shaw, like, shut off my brain, stupid nonsense, shove popcorn in my face, like action that goes with Hobbs and Shaw. It's so ridiculously stupid with the one-liners, but damn it, it's better than this.
Did you realize how similar those movies were than when you were watching it, though?
Sorry?
Did you realize how similar those movies were when you were watching them about the virus and all that stuff?
Oh, it's the same thing.
Yeah. But the only difference, besides the weird operatic John Woo, the doves, all that bullshit, is Tom Cruise actually almost lost an eye during the filming.
Really?
Yeah. This is the stunt where they show like the knife gets super close to the cornea.
Yeah.
They measured that out to within a millimeter, and he could not move his head forward for the stunt.
Wow.
They did multiple takes. Yeah, that's an actual practical shot.
That's insane.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were trying to, like, because my wife has not seen any of them. So we were trying to, like, start with try to figure out, like, when he starts doing his own stunts. Because if you look at Mission Impossible 1, it's most of it's just, late 90s CGI kind of thing. So we were wondering, like, okay, I knew he hung from the cliffside in number 2.
Oh, yeah.
But I like that was the only one aside from like riding the motorcycle that I could really like peg on him. That's interesting to know. We'll have to bring that one back up again.
Yeah, it's a really cool practical stunt, and
that trailer though, the new Mission Impossible trailer, that last shot is like, holy shit when you see that.
I love just how absolutely crazy the stunts are continuing to get. Like, I love like learning to fly the helicopter, like specifically for that movie. Like, he's crazy. I love just keep letting Tom Cruise be crazy and do whatever he wants. It's amazing.
Post 2005 Tom Cruise is just suddenly is like the most must-see actor in Hollywood. Like he had a lull there. He did have a lull.
But for sure.
What I hope happens is they're talking about doing the Les Grossman movie now.
Oh yeah.
I hope they let him do something fucking insane stunt-wise. Could you imagine him like
as Les Grossman,
like piloting a helicopter himself through a war zone where explosions are going through?
To go yell at a
as Les Grossman.
And I know that a lot of people are like, it's too late to revamp that character. It's not. No, that character still continues to like play funny, no matter how long it's been since that movie has come out. And then on top of that, like, there's so much that you can do with it. Like, he hit his highs, now he hit his lows. Now it's Lex Grossman like bankrupted. So And you can see it happening because Lex Grossman was a total prick. So, yeah, I totally hope that continues to be greenlit and come through.
But one high, like, just raise the insurance cost of the movie by letting Tom Cruise do one insane thing in a fat suit.
Oh man.
Just let him do like a backflip on a motorcycle at, like, I don't know, fucking Warped Tour on a sideshow. Like, let's go. Just do something.
They're for sure gonna let him. I mean, come on, it's Tom Cruise. It's an opportunity missed unless you just allow him to do something absolutely crazy in the Les Grossman outfit.
God, the first I saw Tropic Thunder, I'm pretty certain it was either opening night or like the night after. So that joke was not spoiled to me at that point. So when he came on screen, I saw it. I'm like, when you first see it, you're like, that's Tom Cruise? That's one of the best surprise like, it's not even a cameo. He's got a pretty big role in the movie.
Yeah, it's a role.
Yeah.
Him and McConaughey as Pecker.
Yep.
Yeah, they're both great in that.
A G5 airplane. So we did get a donation from you, Moose. God damn, you don't have to do this whenever you're on screen. You always do, but you don't. Oh, don't feel obliged.
Come on, you guys are doing great work here. Honestly, I love the fact that every dollar that you guys make, you donate to charity, and I think that that's incredible. So it's the least that I can do to donate some money if I'm on the damn show. So thank you guys.
And the proof of that is the fact that I'm drinking Natural Light and AJ is drinking Milwaukee's Best. So if there was
$5 Malbec.
We're not improving the quality of the booze or the show or anything going.
If any of you watching are paying attention, they are not taking any money for themselves. Their choice in alcohol is absolutely proof of that.
So, but you right now are matched to my personal donation based on the likes during this live stream. So people, make me pay more than Moose with your $40 donation there. Yeah, and let's do something awesome for the Improved Near method. So like that stream as you're coming in. I'm saying people might see this. I'll give it to the end of the week. However many likes we can get on this show by the end of the week and the Scrubs trivia, that's my match donation. So we're gonna rock and roll on this.
We should add one more. We had something very bizarre happen on our channel today, so I think you should add. We had a stream that got pulled last year because AJ showed a Maroon 5 video on it.
Oh, right.
Featuring Ty Lieberman, Peggy Gubbins, and Rachel Silvestrini. And magically today it showed back up, like unblocked. So add that stream to it.
Yeah, why not? But that was when people were doing their No Way Home trailer reactions. We did a trailer to Won't Go Home Without You by Maroon 5.
And got pulled immediately.
With Ty Lieberman, who apparently worked on the trailer for No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Nice. Yeah.
Yep.
Ty's the best. That whole group, that Ty, Peggy, Rachel, that's a great group.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're the best.
Rachel was at my wedding, so yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Here's a question. I mean, Juice, you said something about Mark.
Oh,
Just curious.
You broke up a little bit there. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm back.
Yep.
Marvel fatigue. Post Endgame, what has been this group's favorite MCU release?
That's easy for me. No Way Home is a top 3 for me. So.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, other than No Way Home.
AJ's gonna come. I'm sure AJ will have something different.
Oh yeah, because I don't like No Way Home.
Right.
Hot take, everybody.
Because Peter's a selfish little punk.
No, because the CGI is worse than what people criticize Black Panther for. It's hard to rewatch on outside of theater environment. It's rough.
I haven't rewatched it yet, so maybe I'll.
Bethany actually has the Stars app because she watches Homelander, so I was able to actually watch it on streaming since it's been out. That was one of the few things I've actually watched on Stars.
Like, okay, so No Way Home is like really bad to watch on a cell phone in a way that Justice League, like the original Justice League, is like really okay to watch on a cell phone because like this CGI here is easy to ignore. This CGI here looks like an ad for a mobile game. That makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get you. But what would you say though? Like of the post-game game is your favorite?
It's either WandaVision or Multiverse of Madness. I think it's WandaVision.
WandaVision's my favorite of the Disney
Marvel.
Miss Marvel's mine.
Nice.
I put it
including shows too.
Yeah, I say give your movie, give your show.
Yeah, No Way Home is a top 10 MCU. Black Widow was post Endgame.
Yeah.
I just looking at my list. But I haven't seen Multiverse. I haven't seen Thor. So Black Widow is the highest there. But I love WandaVision. But I've only seen WandaVision and Loki. I really have fallen off.
You've seen 2 of the top 3 shows so far.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. WandaVision, Miss Marvel so far.
Loki just didn't work for me. I liked the last 2 episodes. The rest of it just
didn't. That last episode is going to be insanely important for what's coming. So
I think so too.
That's why I watch it because people are like, "You gotta watch it."
Yeah. So of the streaming, I think my favorite was Miss Marvel. I don't know why I really dug Hawkeye.
I do want to watch Hawkeye.
I just thought it was so much fun, and you could tell Renner's just having a hoot, like in a not serious Hawkeye role, just having a good time. I don't know. I really enjoyed Falcon and the Winter Soldier. There's a lot of criticisms I can have about that, but there's moments in that show that I think are great. WandaVision probably ahead of Falcon and Winter Soldier. WandaVision's solid.
Falcon and Winter Soldier is kind of like the opposite of Loki. Like it really started really solid, and then it kind of for me at least.
Yeah,
I felt the first episode was phenomenal, and then I didn't feel that way about any of the other ones. But whereas like WandaVision and Loki, I felt like peaked towards the end of their shows, and Miss Marvel had one of the best starts, and I very much enjoyed the start of She-Hulk. So
Yes.
So you guys want to hear something that I should probably not tell you and probably tell a therapist?
Absolutely, we would.
That's what this show has been.
So there was a hard lights out, TV time out, all that stuff when I was growing up for bedtime, and my dad was the kind of person who would duel out physical punishment after that, and he had been drinking. So after he died, WandaVision came out like just a couple weeks later, and it felt like Nick at Night but a horror version. And like the Nick at Night shows I used to sneak watching. So I watched that 2:00 in the morning when it dropped in Central Time. And it was one of those things that just evoked emotions in a way that were separate from the show, but also intensified my attachment to it. So that's like, I go back and revisit. Like when I rewatch WandaVision, it's when I'm up in the middle of the night. And it ties back to those memories. See, I should have told that to a therapist, shouldn't I? Shouldn't have said that.
Save yourself the bill.
Yeah.
That's us here to remind you that this podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Right, yeah.
Carbon help.
BetterHelp. You're probably talking to a licensed therapist. You pay a monthly subscription to it. Start a live stream. Also,
BetterHelp. They probably have better beer than we do.
Not wrong. But yeah, so WandaVision I have that deep emotional tie into because of that reason. And then I think Multiverse of Madness or like Love and Thunder like also just ripped my heart out at the end. The ending of Love and Thunder just good job, Taika.
It stuck the landing. It was a little disjointed for me, but it stuck the landing, yeah.
Yeah, I dug like 60% of that movie. Some of it was just joke on top of joke, which I get as Taika, but I think Ragnarok was the better of the two Thor movies. But agreed, the ending was definitely such a solid, like heartfelt, emotional ending, both for Gore and for Thor.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was great.
And for Guns N' Roses.
And for Guns N' Roses.
Got a very heartfelt paycheck.
Oh, he must have gone to the therapist site.
BetterHelp. Yeah, BetterHelp is literally sponsored by every single live stream except for this one.
Come on, BetterHelp, get your shit together. This stream's actually doing something for charity.
See, we do nice things for people.
I think my favorite MCU post Endgame is Shang-Chi.
That's my number 2 of the movies.
I adore that movie.
I liked it.
I think, like with anybody, your top 5 favorite Marvel movies is ask me tomorrow, and it's going to be completely different than what it is today. But I think Shang-Chi has slipped its way into my top 5. I love that movie. The characters, it's so freaking good.
I think I have to change my movie answer because when I think of the MCU, I think of the universe, and that movie is it's singular and it's very good.
Yeah. It's the Marvel movie. Like, there's been a lot of like attempts at different kinds of like MCU movies, and then there's kind of like the standard Marvel movie, which is good action, great humor, good feels, right? Mm-hmm. And Shang-Chi kind of checked all of those boxes, which I think that like made so many people like actually climb onto that character. Plus, give me all the Wong I can possibly get.
Yeah.
Wong is the greatest character in the MCU.
If they kill Wong, that'll be the equivalent of killing Chewbacca. Like that's like they do not do that. I've said that for a while now. Wong has been my Phase 4 MVP. No questions asked.
Yeah.
So one, Kevin Feige has called this phase of the MCU, I believe he called it the Wong CU, something of something like akin to that.
Shang-Chi is probably his best role, honestly.
Yes.
Second of all, we're gonna clip this out for posterity. Everybody guess the MCU project where Wong dies.
It better not happen.
No. Oh, don't put that on me.
I'm going to say Kang Dynasty.
Oh, maybe Avengers Kang Dynasty.
I don't know. I'd say the spin-off called the Tuna Melt. That's the only.
Not the official answer.
It's
locked in.
That's where
you want to go with that one.
He just goes he just eats glorious tuna melts until he can't eat any more tuna melts. Yeah. That's all. I don't know. I don't know any of the phases coming up or the movies coming up. So.
Shine on, you crazy diamond.
I mean, I could also see him maybe being like a Secret Wars casualty. Or maybe even a Secret Invasion. I mean, there's so many freaking secrets coming out.
Secret Invasion is next year, though. So
I don't know. I also kind of see Wong sticking around too, even like after Strange has taken the mantle of Sorcerer Supreme, like still being. They just have such great freaking. Wong dies. I might not have to tune in. I was ready for Iron Man, Cap, Natasha Romanoff. Like, I was ready for that in Endgame. I had a good, 20 movies with them before that happened. Don't take my wand from me.
I love the Chewbacca comparison because it's like, yeah, we were all ready for Han Solo to die in Force Awakens. We all knew it was going to happen. But, yeah, if when they bait and switch that he dies in Rise of Skywalker, me and my friend look at each other, we're like, if he's actually dead, we're walking out. Like, no, we're done. Like, we were not having this.
Ballsy, JJ.
Opposite.
That's not the type that you can make so many ballsy moves with Star Wars. You don't kill Chewbacca because he's a timeless character.
When it was revealed that Chewie was a fucking fake death, I was with my group of friends and we screamed, "Oh fuck you!"
Well, they shouldn't have done. They shouldn't have done it in the first place. It was a dirty.
That was one of 2 times I've ever fucking heckled a movie screen.
Yeah,
both were in the sequel.
You don't bait and switch Chewie's death.
No.
Now I'm curious. What was the first?
It was during the Force Awakens. It was a preview screening, and it was when Han Solo yelled "Ben," and I went, "God, Dad, my God's name is Kylo."
I got a funny one for that too, though. My buddies and I decided, going back, I think this is 2007 or 2008. I don't remember what year Paul Blart Mall Cart cop came out. 6. Okay. So we went and we were like, let's all have like 15 beers and go see Paul Blart. We get there on opening night and it's sold out. We're like, what? Wow. What just happened? Like, Paul Blart is sold out. So we went and saw Bedtime Stories, and I was so mad that I started ranting and raving. My buddies were like, "You need to leave." Like they grabbed me, like, "We need to leave right now."
That's amazing. Also, in 2009, I had my 9 inverted, so 2009 was
9. Okay.
But Bedtime Stories was 2008, so
yeah. So
it was probably in theaters for a little bit.
For a while, yes. Because I still have buddies who worked at the theater. We got in for free anyway. But like they're like, "We need to leave." We were all there to prepare for Paul Blart. 15 years deep.
I think Bedtime Stories would have been the hardest movie trivia schmodown, the release dates question I could ever think of. That is right in the mud of Sandler's career.
You knew who Russell Brand was at that point, so you knew it had to have been after.
I don't know that Russell Brand's in that movie. I just found out.
I saw the Sandler's best friend in that.
That's one. Oh, it was probably from all the Adam Sandler I studied during the What the Showdown from last year. That's probably why I knew that off the top of my head.
Oh yeah,
I got a good one for you. So we always do at the end of the year. We do a teams match with us for fun in December. We do it every year. Last year it was me and AJ against Juice and my wife Bethany. And Bethany, growing up, her parents did not allow Jim Carrey in their house. They hated Jim Carrey. So that was the wheel slice I threw up. But I pulled a smoke screen on her, and literally anytime I was home and I knew she was coming home, I would put on a Harry Potter movie, fast forward to about halfway through, and just let it play. So every single time she walked in the door, she saw me watching a Harry Potter movie. That was the wheel slice.
And as her partner, she was personally texting me being like, Mike's watching a lot of Harry Potter lately. I think they're studying Harry Potter. They probably have that on their wheel. And I'm like, that's not worth doing a deep dive study over.
When we learned we were going to be playing each other, Ty and I, he was like, he's like, "Hey, there's some really good Barbra Streisand movies on Netflix currently." He's like, "There's some really good musicals on Hulu." And I knew Ty was fucking with me. So I was like, okay. So I'm like, all right, I got this. So I was like, well, equally, there's a lot of good Sean Connery movies. And then when we put our wheel slices on, there was no musicals. There was no Sean Connery. I'm like, fuck you. Here's Middle Earth.
Yes. Well, that's like next year, it's Bethany and I against Mike and Juice.
Ooh. That's coming up sooner than
this year. Yeah, that's actually sooner than
it's in December.
What do we think? I'm gonna start studying today.
Well, here's the thing. The mind game of slice choice, when you know that that's going to happen a year in advance.
It's already begun.
There's so much I can. Oh my gosh. There's so many hints that you can drop along the way too. Oh, I'm doing a full Steven Spielberg rewatch.
Or just the fact that these guys know that I go to the movie theater 3 times a week minimum.
Wow.
Well, recent, new releases with faded. The first year we did it, they're like, I didn't like strategize at all, and everybody knows I'm a Kevin Smith fanboy, so they're like, oh, obviously it's on the wheel. But
and you would never, AJ, write a review of a movie you haven't seen. You would never do something like that either.
No, I would never review something the second a press embargo drops, even though you can't get a press screening in Omaha, Nebraska.
Mooch, did you hear about what he did with Top Gun and like the reaction to it?
No. Okay, yeah. So, I was just gonna ask. Now I'm like super intrigued. What's happening here?
There's a critic whose name is Ben Meckler, who I'm a huge fan of. What Ben Meckler does, what Ben Meckler did, is he would write a review when Social Reactions dropped, and it'd sound just like everybody saying, wow, this Marvel movie is so amazing, the special effects, blah, blah, blah. And then he put something crazy in there in the middle. And like just something you wouldn't imagine. In the end, it'd be like, go and see it in IMAX at the end. So for Top Gun Maverick, this is after Ben Meckler has quit that game.
Okay.
So nobody else was doing this for movie reviews for like a year. And I was like, I'm going to try it.
Why did you try it?
So I'm going to pull up the exact tweet, and I'm going to quote it verbatim.
Let's get it.
For Top Gun Maverick.
The best part about this, though, is like the tweet is fantastic, but the reason he gets the responses he does is the best part about this.
Oh, yeah.
And it has nothing to do with the tweet.
So this was my tweet reaction as soon as the review embargo dropped on Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun Maverick is the perfect blockbuster for the summer. Over-the-top visuals of Tom Cruise eating ripe, succulent peaches in the cockpit of an F-16 can't be topped. Visceral, loud fun. 100% crowd pleaser, sure to kill at the box office. So Lady Gaga fan accounts started asking about the Lady Gaga track in the movie that hadn't been released yet.
Okay.
So how is the Lady Gaga track at the end? Dripping with raw power and emotion. Capture the emotion of the original soundtrack while having an Americana feel like the presidents of the United States' first album.
Millions of peaches for me.
There's a bunch of deleted tweets in here. I was once featured on a Lady Gaga fan site, an official one, with my tweet reaction to the song.
Nope quoted him on his ridiculous review.
What's that? Yeah. Oh yeah. Nope.
Oh, Nope. Yeah.
Nope. I put a little bit in the middle. That was about a 45 minute bathing scene with Ed Harris.
You mean this Peaches song that is on my iPod?
Yes.
Wait, that's an actual iPod?
Or
Good
my
job.
iPhone, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
I still have an iPod somewhere.
Okay.
But Nope, I mentioned a 45-minute bathing scene with Ed Harris. And like they took the first part of my review and actually made like a pull quote little trailer and posted it on Twitter and retweeted and tagged me in it.
Read the whole thing.
Well done.
But
well done.
Yeah, so I've just figured, since Ben Meckler, the OG, isn't doing it, I can like try my hand at it. I've had some fun with it. So
I like that you doubled down on the peaches. That's awesome. Well played. Sticking with it. Love it.
Like speaking of like the presidents of the United States of America, like I live in Orlando, and I'm right by Epcot. I have an annual pass to Disney, and they always do during the Food and Wine Festival. They do what's called the Eat to the Beat concert series, and they bring old acts to play. And usually, it's a lot of like bands that are really old and have like one original member or something like that, like Jefferson Starship or something like that.
Oh yeah, okay.
This year, Hoobastank is playing at it.
No.
And the reason is you.
And the reason is you. How wild is that, though? You just show up at Epcot, oh, Hoobastank's playing.
I have been crawling in the dark waiting for this moment. I'm gonna be right back, and then we're gonna try and do like something for Anna.
So the other funny thing though is like very similar thing. SeaWorld, they do concerts too, and I get a notification like 2 or 3 weeks ago, live this weekend at SeaWorld. It's POD. I'm like, what?
Oh, nice. Wow.
We're getting old.
Yeah. Holy crap. I went to a K-Rock weenie roast where Hoobastank was. So Blink 182 was the closing act. Hoobastank was the act before them. Because that was their like it was that year that it was their one big year. Yeah. And all Blink 182 when they came on was just make fun of Hoobastank. Because the guy was like emotionally like crying, singing like, and the reason is you. So they all came on and just kept kind of ragging on them. But Hoobastank, I love that.
I saw them open for Velvet Revolver back. Yeah, there you go. I'm dating myself. So there we go.
Yep.
That was 2005, if I remember right. So yeah, that's a hot minute ago.
Yeah, let's see. That concert I saw Hoobastank in was I think 2001 or 2002.
That sounds about right because they Crawling in the Dark was their first hit, and then The Reason was after that. But yeah, wow. And I did see too. They just announced that they are going on tour, and it's with Lit and Alien Ant Farm.
Nice. Okay, I still dig Lit and Alien Ant Farm. I haven't listened to anything they put out in 20 years, but their first couple of CDs were solid.
I saw Lit in '99 open for The Offspring, so that's going back a ways. Yeah, I think that was a
concert right there too.
That was like Offspring on Americana tour and Lit on their first album. So yeah.
Lit, the band sang the Ziploc Bag song that was the opening to The Replacements starring Keanu Reeves.
Great movie. Great movie.
Lit that also sang Over My Head from Titan AE.
Mm-hmm. And they had like 5 songs in the American Pie movies.
Yeah.
I was imagining myself at this age scraping barnacles off of fucking people's houseboats and maybe getting a chance to play in the NFL. Nah, just looking at fragrance.
It's probably on PBS right now. It's almost always on. That's one of those movies that's like, it's dumb, but you love watching it every time.
Oh, I love The Replacements.
Yeah,
and then that's a stacked cast too.
Oh my God, that's a stacked cast.
Stacked.
You ever remind people that fucking John Favreau played the cop linebacker?
Reese Ifans is the kicker.
Kicker, yeah. He steals the show. He's my favorite character in that movie.
Yeah, me too. Nigel Gruff.
Nigel Gruff.
Damn it. I love The Replacements. I'm going to have to watch it.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's one of those, it's funny because a friend of mine were kind of having a little going back and forth over what was some of the best sports movies. And I dropped The Replacements and he's like, yeah. And he's like, but it hasn't dated. I'm like, yeah, but if you saw that movie in 2000, you love the fuck out of that movie, still to this day.
How do you
not do that?
So
it's an analogy. So The Replacements is to The Longest Yard, the original Al Ruddy, The Longest Yard.
Yeah.
Replacements is to The Longest Yard as Bad News Bears is to Hardball.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
It's a modern retelling in a different kind of speed.
Both starring Keanu Reeves.
That's true.
All four. Keanu Reeves was in all four of those movies.
He was in Bad News Bears?
Okay, Ben.
I don't know what other one Keanu Reeves was in.
Baseball one? Yeah, it was Hardball.
Oh yeah, Hardball was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, so yeah, you have the replacements of Hardball, and remakes are, you know,
they're both
same
modern
genre,
retelling of other old sports movies. Like the only difference is, like Hardball is the only one of those movies that made me cry a lot.
I'd like to see like a sequel to Replacements, but like John Wick shows up instead of Keanu Reeves.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, totally different movie. Also, Nat Thomas in the chat, I agree with his take as the best sports movie.
Hard to argue.
Yep.
That is probably my number one. I was going to say though, actually this weekend I'm going up to visit my college buddies. I'm going up to DC actually in the morning, and none of them have ever seen Draft Day. And I tried to explain to them the scenario that happens with all the trades in that movie and how asinine it is, and none of them believe me. So we were just going to be tomorrow night just blitzed out of our mind watching Draft Day. And I
Is my screen like
that's a good movie.
A really awkward angle right now.
You do tend to be freezing every few seconds.
You're good now.
So
now,
Draft Day.
Now you're frozen. Now you're good.
You're good.
Is my
You're
hand
good.
under my chin?
Yes.
Okay.
So Draft Day is a movie that is cinematically fine, but like if real life NFL is terrible. Yes. Like that trade scenario would never ever happen.
Well, it's Draft Day, the Griffin Newman
tour de force.
Tour de force, yeah. I think that's what makes Moneyball such a compelling movie for me.
I'm just gonna bring up Moneyball.
Yeah, is because that's such like a unfiltered version of like what a business of major league sports actually is.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, the whole time he's just so like, hey, we're cutting you from the team. I got to send you down. Like, it's just so like matter of fact business moves that he makes. Just there's no heart in it. It's just this is what's got to happen because no matter what, I have to make like the best business decision that will put people in the stands, but also win games. So sorry, dude, you did great for us, but got to send you down. Like that movie's so great. I just recently, my wife and I just went through all the like Aaron Sorkin movies too. And Moneyball still stands the test of time. That movie's so damn good.
Fantastic. Like, and that's when we really learned that Jonah Hill could actually act.
Yes. And Brad Pitt.
That's one of Brad Pitt's best performances.
For sure.
So good.
But until you saw this year's The Lost City, which if any of you have seen that, his performance in that movie is just he's got a shit-eating grin on his face the whole time. So.
The whole time. Yeah. It was fun. So we had watched pretty much all of that movie, and then the next day we were flying. My wife and I were flying, and like the only movie that I could get to work was The Lost City. So I watched it twice in 2 days. Like it's not the greatest movie, but it's fun, and yeah, Brad Pitt again, tour de force in that one, having so much fun in that stupid role.
Yeah, and he was so perfect in it. But I have my fingers crossed. I am gonna have my fingers crossed tomorrow because the way it was meant to be seen, I am hoping Morbius is on my flight tomorrow. So, the way it was meant to be seen.
That is the absolute epitome of an airplane movie right there. Shit, I got nothing else to watch. It's Morbin time.
I've seen so many of the movies this year that I'm like, there's really not that much. I'm playing on JetBlue though. They have DirecTV, so I'm like, I'll probably just watch SportsCenter and like conk out. But if they have Morbius, I'm like, the way it was meant to be seen, that is fantastic. Yeah, oh man,
the unfortunate thing is like some of like the best movies I've seen just because I don't always get a chance to see them in theaters, are on planes. And it's like, oh, why didn't I carve out time to see this damn thing?
Moonfall for theaters.
Me. Nice. Nice. I have two like legitimate good movies. I saw Social Network and Peanut Butter Falcon. I saw both of those first time on airplane. And I love both of them.
Great movies. I saw Dunkirk. I saw The Finest Hour and Dunkirk, both on my flight to London.
I was because that's a long flight.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, I thought it was fitting because we were going to visit the Churchill Memorial, and I hadn't seen either of them, and so it ended up just really wanted me like to get a glass of whiskey and a cigar the whole time, walk around London.
Yeah. I forget when I went to Taiwan. I forget what I watched. I know I watched Breaking Dawn Part 1 or 2, The Twilight. This is 2013, just so everyone's aware. I'm trying to remember what the other one I watched was. Because I was like...
I'm sorry I bought you the strongest freaking drink in the world, dude.
So I just heard something about Dunkirk.
He's back.
Just as a reminder, who directed that movie?
We don't talk about him.
Somebody say it.
I thought we're not supposed to talk about it.
Oh, well, you say it. You can say it. Who directed Dunkirk?
A hack.
Is it like Voldemort? Like, am I going to be cursed by saying?
No. You're not going to be cursed. It's nothing.
I can say Christopher Nolan, right?
Yeah, Social.
I need to get a drink. Give me one more. I'll be right back. This is unfair. I'll be right back.
It's unbelievable. It's awesome. So I'm going to share a photo I just uploaded. Now that we're going off the rails here. I had a wedding this. Yeah, I was at a wedding this weekend. I have some fun stories I'll probably share because I really want Bethany's reaction for him. Yeah. But the groom's one of my best friends. I was able to be like in the wedding and use my sound system to DJ. I played a few songs on guitar. It was fun. The first wedding photo is in, and it's this. And does anyone actually look like they're other than the
you all look
obvious
like
young?
Okay, this looks like a trailer for Under the Banner of Heaven.
We look.
Does anyone like two people? I think
leave this up.
Two.
Moose, have you seen Under the Banner of Heaven?
Yes.
Bring it back up. Just saying.
Big ass bridal party.
Yeah. The best is the kid all the way on the left.
Yeah.
Who's just doing the like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. Cross arms.
Why am I here? It's unbelievable.
Okay. Well, cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers. Always love having you on.
Thank you guys again for having me on. It's always a good time to hang out with you.
It is the anniversary. Well, it's not really the anniversary. It's the recovery of a time that the last time that one of our streams got pulled off the internet for doing a reaction to something. I think we gotta try again.
Oh Lord.
Oh boy.
Let's go.
No.
I want to get pulled off the internet for something. Let's go.
Yes.
Hasn't happened yet. Let's do it.
We have a lot of copyright strikes, but none of them got pulled except for that one.
Also, in your intro, is that James Remar?
No, James Remar is always here.
Oh my gosh.
I've seen the James Remar. Yeah, I've seen the Remar. I would love to see it again, but also let's get kicked off the internet. Let's go.
We should. Oh, that gives me a lot of ideas. We'll talk about it later.
All right, hold on. Here we go.
Hey, Jeff. James Remar here. Lord Raiden from Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Hey, pal, I am told that this is from What the Show? And that you're a jabroni? Okay, man. Well, you got to put down the Appletini because the best Raiden said you got to do that, pal, because it is not weak to value life. You know, Shao Kahn and all those jerk-offs out there in Outworld. You know, you don't want nothing to do with those guys. So you're a jabroni. You got to put down the appletini. And what the show says, you only watch a movie once in a calendar year because it's letterboxed. I don't understand any of that. But you know what? I'm coming to you from one of my favorite places in the world. It's Griffith Park here in Los Angeles, near Hollywood. And that's where I live. I work here too. All right, Jeff, you take care, pal. And, I guess your buddies love you over at What the Show, and I don't even know what a jabroni is. And and Lord Raiden should know everything because he's the god of thunder. All right, from the best Lord Raiden, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, James Remar saying, Jeff, so long, pal. Put down the appletini.
Nice. Yes.
That's $60 you ever spent.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, so I know my co-hosts haven't seen the rehearsal.
Right, I have not seen it yet.
You know the rehearsal? No? Okay. Please, everybody watch the rehearsal, and when you get to knowing what this show is, realize that Angela from the rehearsal cost 2.25 James Remars on Cameo. And I was about to do this a second time.
She cost 150?
She cost 145. So it's
wow.
Exactly 2.25. So sadly, we're not doing this.
I do have one follow-up question. What does James Remar mean when he says, I work at the Griffith Observatory?
we don't know.
We told him to say, hi, I'm Hollywood's James Remar. And he took that as...
If you buy a Cameo, it lets you put in 80 characters or something of things for them to say. So we were able to put some of the stuff down, which is why I kept repeating the appletini and the jabroni thing. And then he just stopped and talked about Griffith. But then we went, because you can see their other cameos, and he says that in all of them.
Yeah, he's at Griffith Park all the time, apparently. But
I feel like Jake Iacovetta just said something. I remember him saying something in some chat about this. I was gonna say he probably did that to go look for him.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I just want to mention real quick. So I've been working a new job this summer, and I have a buddy, and I haven't told him about the show until recently. And I told him I normally don't work Wednesday nights, but I had to work this Wednesday night, and I was like, I'd really like to if there's any way I could go home early for the show. I don't have to, but it would be nice if I did. He's like, oh yeah, if we're slow, you can totally get out of here. And he's a big movie guy, and so just now I texted him saying I have to show you the cameo that we made James Remar do, and he knows nothing of the show. He knows nothing about us, and he said he just texted me back saying, did you make him reference Mortal Kombat Annihilation?
Yes.
Damn right. And then he followed up like a hero.
I gotta ask. So what did that minute and a half of Remar cost?
$60.
Well worth it.
Yeah, we have gotten over 60 minutes of replay.
We were going to last year. The exchange was going to pay Angus McInnes, the guy who played Gold Leader. Mm-hmm. We were going to pay him to do something that we could mix in for Gold Leader's match. It was $250 for 1 minute, and we were like, nah, it's he's nobody's gonna know who the fuck this guy is except for the players in the Star Wars League. So yeah, it just wasn't worth it.
Okay. So now that Schmoedown is over, here's something that people could have taken advantage of. Jeff Snyder's cameo cost $11. Do with this information what you will. Jeff Snyder is exactly $11 on Cameo at this moment.
I am still in the Schmoedown Fantasy Football League. Maybe have him come in and do a guest draft.
No. You want to you can get him to do a short video, 2 to 3 minutes, saying whatever the fuck you want him to say within reason.
That's awesome.
For $11.
Jeff Snyder, we know he will say whatever you. We got him on the show, and we talked the boxing story, which is the greatest thing I've ever heard. Do you know that, Moose?
No.
He boxed Uwe Boll.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. This is a true story.
Something that happened.
Long story. There's a variety article.
Or they got at each other? Like what?
No, it was in a ring. It was officially sanctioned. Uwe Boll basically said, "I will box any critic who doesn't like my movies," and Jeff Snyder was the intern at Ain't Cool News basically at the time, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'll do it," and he got his shit rocked hard.
Uwe Boll kicked the shit out of Jeff Snyder.
Nobody could be harder on Jeff Snyder's performance on this than Jeff Snyder.
That's amazing. I love that so much. I mean, but also if you're Schneider, that's quite the flex.
Yeah. No director could actually come after me harder than Uwe Boll came at me with his fists.
He
hasn't said that, but he should.
I followed ASCN, so I've known the story for ages. And he came on. He was actually one of the very early What the Show, and I asked him beforehand, can we talk about that? And he's like, I will talk about whatever you want. And so he brought it up, and he told the whole fucking story. Stoned out of his mind when he did it too, which is the best part.
Okay, so
all right, what's getting us kicked off the internet here? Let's go. I'm excited by this.
I think this should be our outro kind of thing. We'll give our reactions a little bit afterwards, but so there's this video that I've been wanting Mike and Jiz to actually see on the internet. Our esteemed guest has seen this before. Let's go.
This won't get us kicked off the internet, but I'm all for it.
I have this obsession with watching trading videos from the late 80s, early 90s. This is the best I've seen.
Hi.
Because look at that pimp.
I'm Wendy's founder, Dave Thomas. From the day I opened the first Wendy's, my goal has been to serve the best hamburger in the business, a Wendy's old-fashioned hamburger. So I started with the freshest beef I could find, 100% pure beef. Never frozen.
Wherever you think this is going.
And we patted it in squares so the hamburger hangs over the side of the bun. Then we cooked the patty slowly to seal in its natural juices and served it hot off the grill with the customer's choice of toppings.
You see
no
this
other
guy,
hamburger chain can make those claims.
Probably
that's what sets us apart from our competition. And that's
My
why
dad was a truck driver
Wendy's.
When I was a kid.
I believe the only way to make a Wendy's old-fashioned hamburger is to press the meat patty. Pressing the meat patty is really important, and here's why.
And
the patty tastes better because the salt is pressed into the meat and makes the meat more tender. It also makes the patty larger, so they'll hang over the edge of the bun, and people like that.
Off of the desk.
Pressing the hamburger patty requires skill and dedication. You have to watch over the patties.
I own this. He's like, get out of my fucking office.
You should always serve a perfect Wendy's old-fashioned hamburger.
Actually, we're buddies.
The one that you would serve for your
Christmas
best
cards
friend.
from Dave Thomas every year.
You have one of the most important jobs at Wendy's. Right now, I want you to devote your full attention to learning the new four-corner press procedures for cooking Wendy's old-fashioned hamburgers. And while you're doing that, I am going to have a hot and juicy hamburger with mustard, pickle, and onion.
Mike settings to max right now because I want it to still be loud. This is Clerks 2 as directed by David Lynch. This is what we're experiencing. Like, remember the intro of Clerks 2? Yeah.
Hey, Greg, what's up? Not much. Mary's up front. She wants to see you. Right?
Hi, Bill.
Hey.
I'm showing you about seasonings and vegetables.
he for sure was.
15 minutes.
Okay.
He
Yeah, Mary,
absolutely
what's
was
up?
hiding
I'm
back.
going to pull you off fries today because I want you to learn grill. Have you clocked in?
Yeah.
Let's
Okay.
get started.
How much does everybody on this show know David Cronenberg?
You're familiar with the grill, but let me show you a few things you might not already know.
A little
The
bit?
meat is here in the cold well, and the cheese is over here. Bun warmer up above keeps the buns warm and fresh. Remember, we serve 100% pure ground beef. It's patted into squares so that the meat hangs over the bun. Now, the tape I'm going to show you. There's a crew guide and the grill training tape. Why don't you have a look at the tape first, and I'll check back with
Because
you in a
the
few
grill
minutes.
training tape is basically like, this is existence.
It's like Inception right now.
It's a little bit weirder than Inception. Because this is the CGI that they used for Heimdall's son.
What is this? Oh, Lord.
This is a man learning how to flip burgers. Yep, it is David Lynch. And also, this man is trying to fuck Bill.
Now working the grill, Bill, it ain't so tough. But first of all, you got to check your stuff. Like a grill that's set at 250 with the meat and cheese that's ready to go. A towel to keep your station looking cool. But most of all, you got to have your tool.
Play the spatula, baby.
Are you with me now? Get ready. We're gonna lay them down. Now, beats got grain to it just like wood. You got to follow the arrow to lay it down like you should. From the front to the back, you got to lay it down. Space it evenly, not scattered around. Next, you got to salt the meat from the back to the front to make the taste complete.
Why would it be scattered?
Not too little, not too much. With a little finesse, you'll get the touch. What's coming up next is our key to success. We'll turn the meat and do a 4-corner press. Don't wait too long, I emphasize, or the meat won't reach the proper size. When things start to sizzle, you're ready to go. Gently turn the meat, but don't be slow. Just turn them over easily. We don't want a broken patty, that's a guarantee. Press out the corners 1, 2, 3, 4. Rock it a bit, are you keeping score? Top and bottom, left and right. You'll get a patty that's out of sight. Press out the corners nice and wide, at least half an inch on each side.
Really thin.
The reason you press, you gotta think. When the meat hits the grill, it starts to shrink.
When it starts shrinking, when we get that grill, you know it will.
That's the CGI budget for
When we
this.
get that grill, you know it will.
Enjoy.
When you see red juices on the top of the meat, it's time to give the turn and press a repeat. Do it again just like you did before. Do the 4-corner press just one time more. Now, once you press this the second time, don't press them again because the meat's just fine. But when you see red juices rise, turn the patty over to the other side. Don't scrape the grill, we want it wet, you see. And keep the meat moist so it's hot and juicy. When the meat's red juices no longer rise, you can serve that patty, it'll win a prize. It takes about 4 minutes to cook, but just make sure you can have a look. Use your tool and double check, it should be great and moist to be correct. And on this place, you're ready to go. Drain the meat just like so. Once the draining is totally done, place the patty squarely on the heel of that bun. Now there you go, Billy, you give it a shot. Don't be afraid, I think you're gonna be hot.
Where do I start? What do I do? Just
Now, if
remember
you're
the
thinking,
rap, Billy, and you'll
are they
be
going to make
cool.
this a little racist by
Well,
Billy doing the rap voice?
Meat's got grain to it, just like wood. Follow the arrows. Lay it down like you should. From front to back, lay it down. Space it evenly, not scattered all around. Next, I've got to salt the meat. From the back to the front, it makes the taste complete. Not too little. Not too much. With the little finesse, I think I'm getting the touch.
Oh,
We're
totally the line.
ready to go. Gently turn the meat, but don't be slow. Just turn them over easily. We don't want a broken patty, that's a guarantee. Press them now, right? Top and bottom, left and right. Press out the corners nice and wide, about half an inch on every side. Try choking up a bit on the spatula.
Still doing as he was taught. Still doing
Hey,
it.
all right.
Hey, there's my man Taylor.
Okay, what's next?
What's up, buddy?
Let me see.
We're watching the timeless David Cronenberg classic.
When you see
Grill
red juices on the top of the meat, it's time to give them a turn, then press a repeat. Do it again just like you did it before. Do the four-corner press just one time more.
It's just grilling
Once
burgers.
you press it the second time, don't press it again because the meat's just fine.
But when you see those juices rise,
You can turn that patty to the other side. Don't scrape the
And
grill.
now
We
it's
want
back
it
to
wet,
the
you
guy
see?
rapping with
it keeps the meat moist,
the
so it's
radio.
hot and juicy.
And when those red juices no longer rise, you can serve that patty. It'll win a
Prize.
It takes just about 4 minutes to
Cook.
But just to make sure you can take a
Look.
Use your
DJ,
tool to
what year
double
was
check.
It should be great and moist to be
What's that?
correct.
What year was this?
Hey.
When an order's placed, you're
Made.
ready to go. Just drain the
Sorry, what?
What year was this made?
I want to say it was 89.
It has to be 80s. That's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Let me
So we
double
at
check.
least got like 5 solid years of every Wendy's employee having to watch this
Yeah.
as
Well,
part of their training video, right? That just warms my heart.
and like I think it was 89 because I think that they were trying to do a Beastie Boys thing there, like with the call and response. Like that felt a little bit like we're doing a corporate Beastie Boys video, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And
Let's
he,
explore.
He introduced it. Dave Thomas introduced it.
Dave Thomas 100% was
I
on
think he
it.
comes back
Dave
here
Thomas,
shortly.
the gangster.
meat.
Okay.
Just like so.
Then when all the draining's done, you can place that patty squarely on the heel of the bun.
All right, Billy. That's good. You're getting it down just like I knew you would. Just to be sure, it's still so
Guys,
long.
there's 5 more minutes.
A customer orders a single with cheese. Here's the way you do it if you
How
wanna
many people
please.
quit?
Lay down the cheese in a juicy spot. Don't leave it too long or it'll
We're
get too
10
hot.
minutes.
Tool it up, lay it off on the meat. Do it right. Keep it neat. Drain, then serve on a bun just so. Don't touch it with your fingers. That's a big no-no. To make a double cheese for someone big and mean, use 2 full patties with the cheese in between. Don't melt the cheese. The patties have heat. Press them together and it's complete. Drain and serve like you did before, and you can handle any dude who walks through the door. If they don't want cheese in your doubles plain, don't press them together. Just drain. Only serve a great looking patty. Never serve a burger that's looking ratty. But if something goes wrong and your burger's not right, there's no need to get uptight. If the dry burn broken or incomplete, that baby turns into
confirmation.
chili meat. Don't
There's
serve
the
that meat.
confirmation you all
You see,
need.
because quality is a recipe. Put those patties in a chili pan and save them for all of our chili fans. But if they have cheese, then throw them away or it'll ruin our chili. Our experts say. Always try
We try.
Think ahead. Are you a
Our
beast
chili
or late?
experts.
Busy or slow, one thing remains the same. Keep your meat in the stages. That's the name of the game. No less than 4, no more than 5. Stage of meat's important, and that's no jack. Now your patties are hot and ready to go.
You think
Right
that they have
time
the same guy
with
rapping
customer
come back and
flow.
do like,
I'm right,
this is how you clock in?
I'm stage 2 and
Like,
I'm getting
the
ground.
sexual
Turn me
harassment
and press
video.
me just one time, but there's 2 more stages
That'd be
before I'm
amazing.
fine. I'm stage 3, you press me twice, just one more stage before I'm nice. Stage 4, I'm hot, I should be done, looking good like I should so you can serve me, son. I'm stage 5 and I'm still alive. The serve me soon and don't be slow. I've only got 1 minute to go.
The projection game is simple, you see. It's just common sense. That's the way it ought to be. When you know a lot of people will be coming around, don't hesitate.
Okay, Taylor,
Start
I've
laying
been
them
called
down.
worse.
When things slack off, do the same or you'll be wasting meat, and that would be a shame. Just one last thing I've got to say. It has to do with the Wendy's way.
Always serve top quality, nothing less than the best. That's
Yes.
a guarantee.
Remember this rap and you'll be hot. Give the grill your very best shot.
The
And soon you develop
medieval
some real
action, by
grill
the
skill.
way.
You'll be tough on the grill. Yes, you will.
First black
Mr.
person
Bill.
in Game of Thrones. Enjoy. Bill is sucked out.
Bill, the tape
now.
is over. Do you have any questions?
There's still a
No,
couple
I
seconds.
think
Bill
I've got
is
it all.
coping with reality.
Good.
He's like, sorry,
Let's
Mary,
go to
I'm
the front
tripping
line.
on shrooms there for a little
And I'll
while.
get you started.
They have a side-loading VHS, by the way. Like their VCR is side-loading.
Okay, so he has to go with the grill like normal, and she has to explain to him again because he was on drugs.
He did not learn from the video.
Oh, Bill was definitely shrooming before he came to watch that video. For sure. Then he's gonna hook up with Mary later. There's definitely something between Bill and his boss.
It's looking real good. I think you got a handle on it. Thanks. Thank you, sir. Enjoy your meal.
Thank you.
There he is.
You know, it's an old-fashioned hamburger, just like this one, that keeps our customers coming back to Wendy's. Cooking and pressing our hamburgers isn't easy. It requires a special talent, which takes some practice to develop.
They're never frozen.
Every
just
hamburger
buried.
you serve our customers should be the best in the business.
You never ate it. You never ate it.
Oh gosh.
I don't eat this crap. Throw them in the chili bucket.
I won't get burned in the rush.
Ladies and gentlemen, you Lewis in the news.
Billy Ray Cyrus part of it too, huh?
I got just what you need.
Oh yeah.
I've got real skill. It takes nerves to steal. When you got orders to fill, you need the one with the grill skill. When I'm turning and pressing,
They make you watch this entire 2-minute outro. After that fucking psychedelic horror movie.
gotta keep the team tight. I've got grill skill. It takes
Okay, do any of you guys ever remember going to a Wendy's
when you
and didn't
got
feel
orders to
anything like this?
Look to the one with the grill skill.
That would be 7 out of 10, Taylor. 7 out of 10.
I've got you covered.
That's all right.
When they're lined out the door. When you get hit real hard, I should bring on some more. I've got grill skill.
Oh, that guy for sure. Went on.
It takes nerves to steal.
Yes.
When you got orders to fill, come to the one with the grill skill. Grill skill. It takes nerves to steal. When you got orders to fill, you need the one with the grill skill.
Oh, yep. El Molosito there
By the
was
way,
wanted in Arizona.
Dave Thomas is playing the saxophone. So
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
we got a $3
I
donation
really only have
from
one
John
review to
Mastrinas.
say.
We got a $3 donation from John Machina saying the bats, they're sick.
I mean, I've got
They
grill
cannot
skills.
hit curveball. I hit it very much. Curveball, bats are afraid. Ask Joby to come. Take fear from bats. I offer him cigar, rum.
Nothing like an old-fashioned burger made with grill skills.
Is it square?
So here's the thing. Moose and I were both supposed to get burgers from Wendy's, and his has been sitting now for like an hour and a half.
Yeah. It tastes like it's been sitting for an hour and a half.
I was about to say, I wouldn't be surprised if you DoorDash that in the time it took for us to watch that whole video.
I was supposed to DoorDash Wendy's when I got home, but there's a DoorDash strike in my city.
Oh, wow.
This
Classic.
is a legit thing that's going on. Like, I went to DoorDash lunch at work. It was like 90 plus minutes for a place 2 miles away from me. No. And like I came straight here from work. So
I stuck
Mark,
with the bit.
Mark, you
That's unbelievable.
Fantastic.
Unbelievable legend.
Always
better than
always
Wendy's burger and scotch, right?
That is our language.
That's like something from Kingsman there. They're like comparing like Big Mac with a Dalmore 1932 or something. Yeah.
Also, yeah, that's now this is probably stage 3. The one singer that had like the gap in between their teeth, like yeah, that's what this tastes like right now.
Wait, is it gray in the middle?
It's got to be at this point, I would assume.
Yeah, it's okay.
No, it's got to be gray. Because, like, yum, gray meat.
Close up here.
Ooh. That's great.
Yeah.
For evaluation, yeah.
It's very gray.
Wow.
Mark, I am so sorry.
No, it's fine.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome, yeah.
So do you think that there's still a piece of Bill's soul that's stuck there trying to rap?
I really do think that the guy who was doing the rapping, like, probably had like 5 or 6 instructional video raps for Wendy's, like during that time. He had to have, right?
Sadly, no. I've watched the rest of their instructional videos.
I love that about you, AJ. you did
ever-
the due diligence, you put in the work, and you watched all the rest.
There's a great one about like what it takes to fill soda cups.
Okay, do we have that one?
I can load it.
It's like, see this? This is empty. Closer look.
Okay, yeah. There's a whole video about filling soda cups.
All right. So me being just not knowing the do's and don'ts of the world of YouTube and the internet, why would showing that video from 1989 be a possibility of it being taken down?
That one won't.
No, that one, yeah,
it's
no.
just
that
that
one
one.
won't. We're fine on that one.
I love how like we had like 2 viewers during the whole show where we were like talking about like our actual thoughts and
Movie news.
sharing and movie stuff, and then we like triple that for our Wendy's take.
Okay, so Wendy's. So if you need training on filling drinks, Wendy's video cold drinks. Let's go.
I'm actually curious. Yeah.
Yes, this is a little bit sexy.
Cold. Are you ready? Here we go. Soft drinks, lemonade, water, cold tea. It's up to you. It's up to me. Cold drinks come in 4 cups. Gotta know the size before you fill it up.
Oh my gosh.
Medium, small, kids meal. Keep it straight. It's a good deal. Use the scoop to fill with ice. Never use the cup. Take my advice. For soft drinks, fill the ice halfway. No matter the size, that's what I say. Tilt the cup and push against the lever. Keeps the foam down now. Isn't that clever? If there's still foam when it's settled down, don't pour it off or your boss will frown. When you reach a 1/4 inch from the top, that's where you want to stop. If the customers say they want to
This is a
stay,
video
put the
somebody
drink on the
in a
left-hand
VHS
side of the tray.
machine.
The orders to
It
go,
has never
put it
worked
on
like
tight.
that.
Make sure it pops to do it right. Then hand that drink to the coordinator and tell the guest you'll see him later.
Don't forget to smile when you serve cold drinks.
That's a very uncomfortable smile.
Always say thank you.
Yeah, me too, Jake.
You're the one that can make the difference.
For lemonade, things stay the same. Half full with ice. I said it again. Fill the juice to
That
a
was
1/4
more than
inch from
half
the
full.
top, just like you did the pop. Water is a courtesy to our guests. Use a
I
small
can't
cup.
tell you how
know
many
the
times
rest.
I've seen these
Now
videos,
it's time to serve
but I can
cold
walk
tea,
into
but
any
the ice is
fucking
different.
Wendy's
Listen
in the
carefully.
country.
Instead of half full, fill it
Fucking
all the way
dominate.
up to the top of the cup. Add the tea, and if they ask for lemon, put it here. Now that's a given. Cold drinks, that's all there is to it. Go ahead and try. I know you can do it.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm in the wrong career. I should have worked for Wendy's.
There's this thing too. Like, I was supposed to have sound bites up. This is how my sound bites are going. Trust me, it's going to take more work. But like, I have watched so many 80s and 90s training videos and pulled so many sound bites from things we haven't seen tonight. Justin the Juice knows 2 of those.
Yes.
It's just a touch.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Just a touch.
So how much of that music video, Juice, were you just like wanting to grab the guitar and just join in, dude?
Quite a bit. It was tough.
I think this group here, I think we need to remake the grill skill video.
Game.
Yeah. I think it needs to happen.
Directed by Tom Dagnino.
No.
We can get on the
Tom
cheap
will be
end.
an on-set producer or an offset producer.
I think we got to have Taylor Creek. We got to have the Rager Rick
Taylor's got to be
direct
Taylor.
The new grill.
I think it's gonna start like Taylor and fucking
Benny. We need Benny.
Justin.
Oh God, give me Benny.
We need Benny.
Benny's the new hire. There he is. No, Benny.
Speaking of the devil.
Wait, no way.
Yes.
Thank you.
Benny Hamlin, my brother.
Benny,
congratulations. You have just been hired to be the star of Grill Skill. Directed by Taylor Creek.
And Benny, if you ever want to do a full stream on like late 80s, early 90s, like restaurant training videos, or corporate training videos in general, because I've watched the Nintendo ones as well, the ones that Nintendo sent to retailers. Like, if you ever just want to do like an overview, like, you know where to come. Like, if that was a wheel on the Schmodown, guys, I would have won titles.
That is fantastic.
I find that fascinating that you have spent so long going through these videos.
So, okay, I am
not for edification purposes, not because you like wanted to learn to cook burgers or fill up like Coke like evenly better, but because you were digging for sound bites.
I have become the Jacoby Brissett of corporate America. You can plug and play me anywhere.
Nice.
And be mediocre.
Absolutely.
And that is the guy from My Hero Academia.
Go eat Wendy's.
Unbelievable.
They got grill skill.
Support your local Wendy's.
Mark, I owe you a fucking dinner. I am so sorry.
No, it's all good, my friend. All good. Hey, the look on Mike and Juice's face was absolutely wrong.
But I think that's the hardest the show's ever crashed.
So we're going to wrap up shortly, but I actually have to bring something up that I've not brought up to Juice or AJ yet, but Mark, you're here, and obviously this is something you're going to need to be a part of.
Oh,
we are.
Okay.
2 months away from the What the Show 2-year anniversary.
Oh
gosh, that's right.
Yeah.
It's been that long?
It's been that long. This guy.
I'll get the sound bites to work by then. I'm sorry, I'm promised.
Count me in. I'll have fresh Wendy's burgers by then. I'll bring my hibachi in and do it like a George Foreman like live version of Grill Skill for your 2-year anniversary.
God. If
it's
you
happening.
do this,
I promise you that. For the 2-year anniversary, everybody tune in. I will do a live Grill Skill. The 4-corner press.
Holy shit.
I've learned this. The 4-corner press. I've learned how to salt it, season it, and grill it to perfection. 3 minutes. It's all I need.
But will you be doing this in a liminal space?
I will do it wherever, man. Absolutely. I'll pull a George Foreman out and put it right here.
Holy shit.
The grill skill. So, yeah, count me in. And I will absolutely demonstrate the grill skills that I've learned from being on What the Show.
So we have our keynote guest.
I mean, you pretty much solidified yourself as guest number 1. So.
Perfect. Beautiful. Love to lead off. I'm a good lead off hitter.
That is fantastic. I don't know. We might have to bring Benny and Taylor right away too. So maybe we should make it a big old reunion.
Get the whole lineup.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that'll be great. That'll be great. Any excuse to see those guys makes me smile. Makes me happy. 2 of the best human beings you'll ever meet.
Taylor is coming on very shortly. We're just waiting on the 100% confirmation of date, but Taylor will be back really within the next month. So
nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
whenever his PO allows him to, it's fine.
Yeah. So let's start wrapping up. Moose, why don't you tell everybody what's going on with you? Get any plugs or anything else you want to talk about?
I really don't. I'm kind of the consummate guest. I don't really have anything that I do for myself, and I'm so appreciative of you guys for very much like inviting me and letting me kind of be the host of the week for you guys. That's amazing. Seriously, I am truly honored to be part of your guys' show. Thank you guys so much. It's been so much fun. You can find me on Twitter at Big Moose Haas, but I think everybody on the show probably already knows that. We're tuning in probably already knows that. But seriously, subscribe. You guys are doing great work here. Thumbs up. Make AJ pay some money. That would be great. I mean, I've already set the standard with he's got to now match $45. Oh, no, excuse me. You got to do how many likes? I don't know. I'm going to create a lot of YouTube accounts tonight and just keep going. But no, seriously, I totally appreciate what you guys are doing and think it's just awesome. So cheers. You guys' show is so much fun.
Thank you. Much appreciated. So next week, I will not be here. I'm going to try to remotely come into the show. I will be at the Halloween Horror Nights team member preview next week. So these guys will be running the show next week, and I actually can't wait to see it happen.
We got to talk about that yet, right?
We had a plan of sorts, I think,
a while ago. I don't remember.
We'll talk.
We'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk about it. I forgot that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's next week, and so I'm very excited, honestly, to tune in the day afterwards to see what these guys did. But I might just tune in I might link in from Halloween Horror Nights, the first night in Orlando. So
nice
preview, yeah.
The preview.
I once punched a mummy at the Hollywood Horror Nights.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not great with the jump scares. And at that time in my life, I think it was either The Mummy Returns had just come out when I went.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the mummy was jumping around every corner, and
so
may have landed one. And moved very quickly after I did because it didn't quite go well. So,
what's more embarrassing?
Thank you, Hollywood Horror Nights, for allowing me to at least say that I punched a mummy in my life.
So I'm going through a Horror Nights house with a friend of the show, Chance Ellison, right? And he's got his hands on my back, right? And he reacts hard, right? So we're turning the corner, and he screams at